Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Well, looking forward to the NCAA tournament getting going today. Free beer, hot wings, Joe, Steve, Justin. Michigan State tomorrow.
Are you going to be home watching it all day today and tomorrow?
Not like the good old days.
Yeah.
Where it would have been, I would have kissed my wife goodnight last night and said, see you Monday, to a degree.
Do you ever consider, like, a lot of your buddies, you don't, but they might go out to wherever to watch the game?
There's a bunch of guys going tomorrow at noon.
Yeah.
Meeting at a bar, and then they're going to watch it until
it's over.
Their wives come to get them.
Blacked out.
Yeah.
Are you? You
I
never
did that 2
consider
years
doing
ago.
It? Yeah.
But tomorrow, I have stuff that already was scheduled.
Not just tomorrow, but ever. You know.
Yeah, I miss doing that.
Yeah.
Hell, I miss because now where they have all 4 games on, you can see every game. I would sit and I would record them, and then once they were about an hour in, so I didn't have to watch commercials, I would just go, and if I saw one game getting close, you flip to the one that's close. If this one's boring, delete, move on. That was great.
Yeah.
I'll do a little of that today, maybe, but probably not.
Buy some junk food and sit on your couch.
Yes.
You can pretend.
Yes.
Yeah.
The boys will watch with me for a while, and then I'll get hit in the head with something because I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just always read me this book.
Your house fluctuates between, like, adorable Norman Rockwell paintings and chaos.
Yeah, you're right. It goes between Norman Rockwell paintings and the opening sequence of Gangs of New York.
Yes.
That's roughly how it goes.
They'll describe
common,
such chaos, but then, this is what happened. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was so calm, and we all just sat there.
Last night, between 11 and 3:40, when my alarm went off, it was Gangs of New York.
Did your alarm go off while you were awake and dealing with stuff?
No, I had gone back to sleep at that point for 20 minutes and was in the middle of a dream. So I woke up and went, I don't know where I am.
Oh, God. I can only imagine.
And then, couldn't find the alarm clock because I moved it a year and a half ago. But that didn't stop me from feeling around on the edge of the bed trying to get that noise to stop.
I'm sure.
So confused.
Yeah.
So when one kid wakes up, does that wake up everybody in the house?
Not Henry. He could sleep through anything.
That's good.
Yeah, thank goodness.
And he's like 5, right? He can take care of himself pretty much.
Yeah, right. You're fine, kid. Do your own thing.
Yeah,
But
kids.
Oliver woke up Hayden last night, and that's when the fun started.
Yeah, kids have this setting somehow. I don't know how they manage to control their bodies this way, but it seems as though whatever calories they've taken in during the day, if they haven't spent them by the time it's bedtime, they feel the need to.
Yeah.
Because that's when all of a sudden they wake up.
Well, that's how budgets work. If they don't use it all up today, then they won't get as much tomorrow.
That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I know in my house, bedtime is 8 o'clock, give or take a few minutes. Mm-hmm. And
they know it's coming.
My God, 7:40, it's all over. Mm-hmm. That's when Dad yells. I rarely yell during the afternoon, mornings, whatever. But it's
as the evening's
it's
winding down.
All right, guys. All right, come on. You got to wrap that up. I told you. Remember when I told you an hour ago that I was serious? When I tell you in an hour that it's time to stop doing that, you have to listen. And you said, "Okay, Dad, I heard you." Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. No, seriously. No, shut it off. I'm serious. Save it and shut it off and go upstairs. Shut it off or I'm going to come over and do it for you.
Right?
I swear to God.
Turn it off.
And you know I'll do it. You've seen me do it and I will do it. Get up there. Mm-hmm. And then you go, okay, nope, calm.
Because you don't want to wake up in the morning having that be, oh, yeah, I was great. That was great when I screamed at them.
The therapist said, don't yell at the children. Mm-hmm. Okay, I won't. Fine. It's not helping Liam out when you yell at him.
Yeah, well, the good news is if you always yell at them, they'll think it's normal, and they won't tell anybody about it.
No.
They'll be fine.
No,
they'll be in high school saying to their friends, what? It's just how people talk.
No. Yeah, that's the problem.
What do you mean I'm standing too close to talk this loud?
This is normal for me.
It will become normal, thus also ineffective at controlling their own bodies and minds and mouths.
Always remain calm until it's time to get violent.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
If you can stay calm, then when you do have to yell about something, then they take it seriously.
Yeah.
Then they know you mean business.
So Michigan will play tomorrow, as will Michigan State. The Wolverines coming off the Big Ten tournament win. Tournament that a lot of people, before they played their first game, between the time they were due to arrive in D.C. and the time they actually did arrive the next day, a lot of people remember, wouldn't have been surprising if they did not win that first game against Illinois. Wouldn't have been surprising at all.
No,
No.
that wouldn't have been.
Was it against
surprising.
Illinois? Whoever it was. But no, they ended up playing great and winning the tournament. And so John Beeline was on with Rich Eisen yesterday and talked in detail about the incident when they were flying out and the plane didn't quite crash, but it also did more than slide off the runway.
What happened on that plane flight heading to Washington, D.C.? Could you walk me through what happened with your taking off, getting ready to go?
As we were, we had a full plane because we brought the band and the cheerleaders and a lot of luggage, and it was packed. And very, very windy day, extremely windy day. So some people were nervous. I wasn't. This is what we do. We get in planes and goes. And as we were taking off, just when you feel that where it's going to, you think you're about to go up, they hit the brakes. And now we're just hearing, either PA or the flight attendants yelling, head down, stay down, head down, just like what I understand in the movie Sully. And my goodness, we started what I'm calling a toboggan ride at that point that where you don't know where you're going, you can't see what's in front of you. So
oh my God, I never even thought of that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, these guys fly a lot. If you fly at all, you quickly learn, okay, well, if they're fine, I'm fine, meaning the
Right.
flight crew. And so once they're on the PA yelling, heads down, stay down, that's panic time.
Yeah.
Right.
Going and going and going. It seemed like 100 yards, and when I saw it was 400 yards, it would tell you how fast that plane was going when it had tried to shut it down. And finally we hit something, we hit a fence, apparently, and then there's a ditch that stopped us. And thank God we didn't flip. It just stopped. And what I say is the way that spontaneously our team, our band, our cheerleaders, our coaches, got out of that plane, we'd win a Final Four if we could execute everything like that. It seemed like in minutes everybody was off the plane. Guys, my 6'2", 6'9", and 7-foot centers threw an emergency door out the window, and getting the cheerleaders are jumping out of the wings. And on the other side, it was happened when my manager took one. People are jumping out the wings. The slides go down. The staff and everything. We had a lot of women and kids on it. We promised them one trip for sure to the Big Ten tournament. And so everybody loaded up their families. So we had 2-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds.
Oh, my God.
My God.
Slide. And I'm just telling you, we turned around. The motors are still going. The fumes are everywhere. And I looked around, and everybody's off safely. It's just like a miracle. It was a miracle that no one was hurt, and that the plane got to that point that we could just stop and get away from that plane.
So what happened next, Coach? I mean, what do you do?
We don't have a plan for that one either. So it's really, I'm talking gale force winds, 50, 60 miles an hour. We stood around for about 45 minutes trying to figure out. A lot of people left their phones and their belongings on the cabin. So we finally got in touch with some people, and some fire trucks showed up, but we stood there
That's
for a good
crazy, because
hour.
remember how cold it was. They just
Yeah.
You're standing outside
it
for
was
45
cold
minutes.
And those wicked winds.
Could you bring
inside?
There's like
Bring
we're
a
at an
bus
airport.
over.
Bring over one of 1,000 shuttles.
Yeah.
Do something.
Bring
Yeah.
another plane over.
Right? Yeah, go park it.
Yeah.
45 minutes at least waiting for buses because we were way out. So finally we just walked to a terminal, maybe a half mile walk. We just walked to an area to get out of there. Got the women and children out of there. They were nice enough to give some bands for them, and we just sort of everybody just counting their blessings, Rich. Just absolutely counting your blessings and saying we made it.
Coach John Beeline of Michigan joining me here. So at what point did your mind start turning to basketball? That, okay, we're fine, we're good. Now we gotta get to DC and we gotta play a basketball game.
For the first time in probably 6 months, really not to the next day, other than logistics. What are we going to do? We sort of decided, can we get another plane today? And within no time, that was an easy decision. We're not going anywhere today. we are, and the weather was still bad, and we just had to make this quick
Can you
call
imagine going to everybody and saying, hey, all right, let's get back on the plane.
God.
We got to play basketball.
I'd be so terrified. I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, sorry, coach, I'm driving.
I bet it was
I'll
traumatic.
do my best to get there.
The next day in good weather.
I'll bet
Yeah.
there's people who have been awakened in the middle of the night sweating, thinking about it, dreaming about it, having nightmares.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Let's spend the night. Let's talk to the Big Ten, see if they can move some games back, and we'll try and get out the first thing we can in the morning, whether it's commercial or another airlines and another plane. And let's get our guys housed in a hotel and let's talk about it. And when that sort of happened, we left it up to them. We really did, because they were shaken up, as you can imagine. Everybody was. Nobody anxious to get back in a plane. And we just left it like this. Hey, our plan is to leave at 6:30 in the morning. Delta Airlines and the Pistons, we were able to get the big plane that the Red Wings used, that the Pistons used, that Delta provided for us. And 6:30, everybody was waiting at the door, knowing we had a 12 o'clock game that day, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and then you're wearing your practice.
I can't believe they won a game.
I can't
really.
want
If
it.
they had
Won the tournament.
Much less. But even just the logistics of that, you'd be so distracted.
Tired.
But you know
worn
what?
out.
It might have been a relief when they got out there. And
Probably.
I read a couple of
They
reporters
weren't able to overthink it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Just go out and play.
And they said, I forget who it was. It was somebody who was covering the game, maybe for the Big Ten Network. They went into the locker room before the game to speak with Coach Beeline or maybe one of the assistants. And they said it was palpable. You could feel that something was going on. And then they ended up they said to someone like before the game, hey, I think Michigan's going to slaughter them. And whoever they were working with said,
Sure enough.
be lucky to get through the first half. So pretty remarkable.
Was it Wisconsin? Is that what you're
Yeah.
pointing at? Wisconsin.
That's who they beat in the final.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
they beat Illinois' faces
in the first game. Yeah.
Okay.
by 20. Then they went to overtime against Purdue.
They shot
then they beat Minnesota handily.
Yeah.
And then blew out Wisconsin.
Dude.
They shot like 58% in the tournament, which is ridiculous.
I bet that's the only thing that kept what happened out of their minds. That's
Right?
it.
Right? Boy, imagine if they tie it together and
Just
make another run.
Do you think they do the entire tournament wearing practice jerseys like
be
they
nice.
did the Big Ten tournament?
They might as well go start filming the 30 for 30 as it's happening.
right?
Did they do the whole? Because they did the whole Big Ten tournament in those,
just
didn't
the
they?
one.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
just
it
the
just the
one
one they
game.
did take their other? Okay, I thought
That'd have
that
been a real bummer. Yeah, we're not giving you new ones.
No,
You lost
I
them.
actually thought
same
that,
thing. Same outfit.
Yeah, I thought that they.
Better do find my jersey.
Yeah, that they wanted to. I would have.
They'd all at that
After
point.
we beat Illinois by 20,
Yeah.
I would have said, "All right, you know what? These are our reminders. We're lucky to be alive. Let's go out and kick somebody else's ass wearing our practice jerseys."
Right.
That's what I would have done.
Some teams are so superstitious.
Yeah.
Guys, I have
Oh,
breaking
yes!
Lincoln Park news. They're
this
back.
is the end of the show.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, it's like our outro. Lincoln Park, faint. 97.9 GRD rocks.